News learning new information today about security out at DIA. A new analysis of airport security breaches across the nation, finding that 8 people have gotten past the airport's secure perimeter over the past 10 years. Now, that means they've gone over or through the fence that surrounds the airport grounds. New at 5/7 News reporter Lance Hernandez looking into how big of a concern this is. And Lance, airport officials insist these breaches were not acts of terrorism.
Eric, but it certainly raises questions about what could have happened. Now, we are told that most of the breaches involve people simply climbing over the fence to take a shortcut. A couple of them involve people driving through the gate while intoxicated. I wanted to gauge how serious those breaches were, so I talked to the former assistant director of security here, who is now a Metropolitan State University professor of aviation management.
It really is not as unusual as people think.
Professor Jeffrey Price says DIA averages less than 1 breach a year. He says that's an incredibly small number for such a large airport. The most recent breach, November 27th, involved an intoxicated 28-year-old man who drove through a perimeter gate. In October of 2006, a 54-year-old man said he hitchhiked to the airport and was dropped off on the wrong side of the airfield, so he jumped the security fence to get where he wanted to go.
I'm not sure how you get dropped off on the wrong side of Denver International Airport. Did you get dropped off in Bennett or something? Are you walking in? So there's some unusual ones, and including the guy who's walking across the desert or something, but you're going to have that.
It's unclear whether any of the people apprehended were arrested. I asked Price when an arrest might be warranted. He said you have to look at the entire situation and gauge intent.
The thing to remember with all of the breaches is these people's names get turned over to TSA. There's a little bit more follow-up that takes place that we don't see publicly, just to see, okay, was this really somebody who was lost, or is this a person of interest in somebody's database, and were they testing the system?
Now, DIA officials declined to talk on camera about these breaches today. They came to light following an Associated Press study of breaches at 31 major airports nationwide. That study showed that there were 268 breaches at those airports since 2004. At DIA, Lance Hernandez, 7 News.